All right, many of us enjoy a good night out, and Singapore's multi-billion-dollar nightlife industry is a clear sign that the clubbing scene here is thriving. But how often do you or clubbers think about staying safe from crime when you head out for a good night out? Police say that the most common crimes associated with clubbing here are molest, theft and fighting. A comparison of crime cases reported at night spots between January and September this year and last shows things have remained fairly constant. Thefts in general are still the biggest problem. There were fewer outrage of modesty cases, and cases of rioting went up slightly. Now, with that in mind, this year's Safe Clubbing campaign was launched at a popular night spot Zouk last night, and the collaboration between police and stakeholders in the nightlife industry aims to raise awareness of crime both for clubbers and for staff as well. So to talk about how they're helping clubbers to have fun responsibly is Timothy Chia, Head of Marketing and Events at popular night spot, or clubbing spot Zouk. So Tim, thanks for coming in today.
No worries.
So we heard the numbers earlier. Theft seems to be the biggest challenge. Is that a big problem for you?
Well, we don't really see theft as being a big issue for us. It does happen. It's normally when clubbers let their guard down and leave their belongings unattended. So it does happen, but what we've done over the years is we've brought in more CCTV cameras from 110 originally to 180. And during festive and busy periods, we increase the number of security personnel by as much as 25% as well.
Oh, so at which point does a case of theft involve the police?
If the person who has had his item stolen wants to make a police report, then we do bring the police in.
Because I would assume that most cases are usually resolved at the lost and found counter.
Of course, we do go to the lost and found counter, but about 30% of the cases there are resolved.
Okay, so what about cases of molest and outrage of modesty? How do you verify and manage cases like that when it happens?
When cases like that happen, our responsive security team steps in, quickly brings the two parties involved to a quieter place like the office, so we can talk about it, we can mediate, find out exactly what happened. If the victim is okay with just an apology, then we let the culprit off, but give him a verbal warning. In about 30% of the cases, the victim might want to make a police report, which is when we offer our assistance to call the police.
So the top three cases, crime cases, are theft, molest and fighting. But are there other new sorts of crime that you've noticed over the years?
One of the interesting things we've noticed this year is that some of our clubbers are getting their drinks stolen by other thirsty clubbers.
All right.
So when the victim can spot the culprit, then we get our staff step in and get the culprit to buy back the drink.
Okay, so you guys have been supporting the Safe Clubbing campaign since last year. Do you really think that clubbers pay attention to those pretty slogans or campaign signs that you put up? Do they really pay attention to all of that?
I think most definitely. Even before we officially started supporting the campaign, we noticed that the rates of outrage or modesty, theft and fighting started to go down from 2009. Which is when the campaign started. And
campaigns like this, do they also help your staff to identify potential crime risks as well?
Yeah, definitely. It's really good for our staff to keep their eyes open to know what's going on, and it benefits not just the clubbers, but the staff as well.
So previously there had been proposals for a no alcohol zone at the Robinson Quay area, which might affect you guys. What is your opinion on the ban on drinking in public areas?
Well, personally, I feel that public areas like that should be kept pretty and beautified. The government has spent a lot of money to beautify the parks, the rivers, the bridges, and I think it's a shame when large groups congregate, they make a mess, they make a lot of noise, they make it difficult for residents, businesses and the public to visit such areas. So I think such a ban would be good.
So you're all for it?
I'm for it, yeah.
All right,
thank you. They should go to Zouk instead.
Thank you very much for coming in today.
Thanks,
Great speaking to you.
Bye.
And that was Timothy from Zouk. And with Christmas and the New Year around the corner, remember to have fun, but also be careful and be responsible for your own safety as well.